Let's continue where we stopped. We stopped at this question. So we want to find the unknown partial products. So the same as the previous question, we have 20 times. Sorry, here is started with 8 times 4, which is 32. Then 8 times 0 is 0. Then 8 times 100 is 800. Now we'll start with 20 times 4, 20 times 4, which will be 80. Then 20 times 100, which will be what? 2000. Now we just add these whole thing together, it will be 2912. Okay, now we want to find what is the product. We are going to use the partial products to solve. So this is pretty simple as well, the same as the previous question. 8 times 2, 8 times 2, this is what? This is 16. Okay, 8 times 20, this is 160. 8 times 200, 8 times 200, this is what? This is 1600. Okay, and then 5 times 2, 5 times 20, 5 times 200. Sorry, not 5, this is 50, not 5. So 50 times 2 is 100. 50 times 20 is 1000. Okay, sorry, here is this is a 0, this is a 1. Now 50 times 200, 200 here, this is 20. Now 50 times 200 is 10,000. Okay, so this is 1,000,004. When we add all these things together, we will have an answer of 12,876. Okay, so what do we do here? We multiply the 8, we multiplied, let's just change color here. We multiply 8 with 2, 8 with 20, 8 with 200, then 50 with 2, 50 with 20, and 50 with 200. Okay, and we just add all these partial fraction together. Okay, now let's just solve this one. We have 6 times 7. 6 times 7 equal 42. 6 times 10. 6 times 10 equal 60. Then 80 times 7, which is 80 times 7 is 560. Finally 80 times 10, which is 800. We are just going to add all these numbers. 2 plus zeros is 2, 4 plus 6 is 10, 10 plus 6 is 16, 6 and 1 above, 1 plus 5 is 6, 6 plus 8 is 14. So 1462. Now I want you to solve this question on your own. Solve it. Let's move on to the next one. Now we are going to write an equation and use a decimal grid to help solve the question. Where is the question? This one is the question. We have Laura pours 0.08 liters of milk into her tea each day. How much milk does Laura use in her tea in 1 week? So each day she uses 0.7 liters of milk, and we want to know how much she makes or use in a week. A week have 7 days, so the answer should be, or the equation should be 0.08 times 7. Now let's just use the decimal grids here. We have we know that 0.08 times 7 is the same as adding 0.087 times. Yes, it should be 0.08 plus 0.08 plus 0.08 plus 0.08 plus 0.087 times. Okay, let's just put it up top. Okay, so this is 7 times. This should equal what? This should equal 0.56. We don't forget the liter. So we just add 8 plus 8 plus 8 plus 8 plus 8 plus 8. It will be 65 or 56. Sorry, 56. And how do you use the decimal grid? So each cube is 0.1 or 0.01 or 1 out of 100, and we want 56 cubes, so it should be like this. This whole thing is a 10, or 1 out of 10, sorry, 1 out of 10. This is 2 out of 10, this is 3 out of 10, 4 out of 10, and 5 out of 10. So this is 0.50. This whole thing is 0.50. Okay, and we just add 6 cubes. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this is 6 cubed. This whole thing is 0.56. Okay. Now, Jason buys 0.9 pounds of cabbage. The grocery store charges 0.6 per pound. How much will Jason pay for the cabbage? So it's zero. He a pound of cabbage, or sorry, he buys zero point 0.9 or 0.9 pounds of cabbage. Now each pound is 0.6. So how much we'll pay? We have to 0.9 times 0.6. So how to solve such questions? We just, as you remember, you just multiply these numbers without the decimal point. So it will be 9 times 6, which will be what? 54. Now, how many numbers after the decimal point of the decimal period? Here is 1, here is 2. So 1, sorry, here this is 1 and this is 1. This is 1, this is 1. So we have 2 numbers after the decimal point, which means our period moves 2 units to the right, to the left. 1, 2. So this is our new period. So the answer should be 0.54. The product is 0.54. Again, we multiply as if the decimal period does not exist. So 9 times 6 is 54. Then we count the number of digits after the decimal period. Here is 1, here is 2. So we have 2 numbers after, or sorry, 2 digits after the decimal point. So we move the decimal period 2 units to the left. If we have 3 numbers, we will move the decimal period 3 units to the left. If we have 4, we move 4, and so on. Okay. And how do you use the how do we use the decimal grid? So we need 54 squares, or so here this is 1 2, this is 30 40 50, so this is 50 squares. Okay, this whole thing is 50 squares. We want 4 more. 1 2 3 4, so this is the 54 squares. Okay, now let's move on to the next one. We have Tonya cuts 0.4 meters of ribbon for each gift she wraps. She wraps 6 gifts. So how much ribbon does she use? So it's 0.4 times 6. So 6 times 4 is 24. And we have how many digits after the decimal? We have 1. Here is 0. 1 plus 0 0. Sorry, 1 plus 0 is 1. So the 24, the decimal period here moves 1 unit to the left, so it's 2.4. The answer is 2.4. And how we do 2.4? This is 1, okay, this is 2, and 4. 1 2 3 4, only 4 columns. Okay. And here David rides 0.3 miles to school. Which model shows how far he rides in 5 days? So each day is 0.3. 0.3 times 5 equal what? 5 times 3 is 15. How many digits here we have? We have 1, here we have none, so 1 decimal period, so the answer is 1.5 miles. Now this one, is this 1.5? No, this is 15. This represents 0.15. Okay, this is what? This is 1.2. So this is also wrong, because this whole square is 1, and this is 2 out of 10, so 1 and 2/10. This one is, this is 1, this is 1 2 3 4 5, 0.5. 1 plus 0.5 is 1.5, so this one is correct. This one is what? This is 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. This is 1 2 3 4 5 6. 1 2 3 4 5. This is 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. Okay, let's just think of this for a second. I think this is incorrect, because here we want 0.3, and the correct answer should be this one, the number D. Okay. Okay, let's move on. Now, let's go with this question. What is the product? Okay, let's continue. Now, the question says, what is the product? Question 3, each bottle holds the same amount. How much water can this bottle hold? So we have each bottle has 1.75 liter, and there are 3 bottles, so 1.75 times 3. This equals, I'm just going to give you the straight answer is 5.75 liter. Because 3 times 1.75 times 3, 1.75, 175 times 3 is 575, and we have 2 digits after the period points, so we move 2 units to the left. It's 25 here, not 75, 25. Okay. Now Rebecca cut these ribbons to the same length. How much ribbon did Rebecca does in all? So there are 0.8 ribbon. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 ribbons, and each ribbon is 0.8 meters. 0.86 times 8. This is 6.88 meters. Now, experts recommend that the people have 4.7 grams of potassium per day. Last week, Marcus averaged 0.9 as much, 0.9 times as much as the recommendation. How much potassium did Marcus average? So it's 4.7. This will be what, 4.7. Okay, I cannot write here. So this should be what. This question is 4.7 times 0.9. This should be equal 4.23. Okay. Question 6. It's a pitcher has a capacity of 3.9 liters. A cooler has a capacity 9.2 times greater. So it's 9.2 times as much. Sorry, 9.2 times as much as a pitcher. So it's 9.2 times 3.8. Sorry, 3.9. The answer should be 35.88 liter. And these two questions, or this one question, I'm just gonna keep it for you to solve it on your own. As well as this question, because it's 0.8 times 7. I think you already know the answer. Okay. Okay, Daniel is making 7 pizzas for his friend, for himself and his friend. Each pizza will have 2.8 ounces of sauce. How much sauce does Daniel need to make 7 pizza? So it's 2.8 times 7. This should equal what? 2.8 times 7. So it's 28 times 7 is 196. And we have only 1 digit, so it's 19.6 ounce. So Daniel needs between. So Daniel needs 19.6 ounces of 19.6 ounces of sauce. Now, which expression is which expressions are equivalent to 3,400. So which one is the same as 3,400? So how much is first A? A is 0.34 times 10 to the power of 2. We know that 10 to the power of 2 is 100. So when we multiply by 100, the period or the decimal period moves 2 units to the right. So this should be 34, which is incorrect. It's not 3,400. Now, when we multiply by 10 to the power of 3, this is 1000. So it will move 3 units. So this is 340, which is also incorrect. Now, when we multiply here, this will be what? 3.4 times 10 to the power of 2. 10 to the power of 2 is 100. So we move 2 steps. So this should be 340, which is also incorrect. Now, here we move how many units? 1, 2, 3. So it's 3,000, not 3,000, 1, 2, 3. This is 3,400. So this is correct. And here this is 2 units, 1, 2. So it's 3,400 as well. So this is also correct. But here this is 34,000. This is which is incorrect. Okay. So only D and E are correct. Now, Leo pays $4.6 for every movie he rents. He rents 12 movies. How much does he pay for each for movies? So it's 4.6 times 12. This should equal 46 times 12 is 552. We have only one number, so it's 55.2 dollars, of course. Don't forget the unit. Now we're just gonna leave this question for you guys, for you to solve. It's basically says what it's 1.8 times 3 because it's tripled. Now this is the question question 1, which says which of these figures have volume? Justify your reasoning. Now, in order for a figure to have a volume, it needs to be a three-dimensional figure. So this is 2D, which is incorrect. This is 3D, so this one is correct. This is 3D, and so this is correct. And this is 2D, which this means that this is incorrect. So only 2 and 3 have volume.